Welcome back to the Hood News Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 80. We're doing week 5 studs and duds. I got my dog with me here, MFB.
Yes, sir.
No BBTB today. He got busy. He has a kid or something.
Nope.
Or a baby or something like
He
that.
has
I
a
don't know.
kid, but it's dad's only here now
Yeah. So,
after a very long break.
yeah. Sorry, guys. I was out of town. We had MFB busy with his kid. So, Hood News had to take a little intermission. You know what I'm saying? We're back, hopefully, for the rest of the season, hopefully. But we're going to go ahead and kick off the week 5 studs and duds. We're going to start with QBs at the very top. CJ Stroud, 28.76 fantasy points. He had 244 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. Solid. I did not see that coming. I guess Baltimore defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Baltimore has been getting scored on a lot by just low-key any matchup. I don't know if you want to double check me on that. And also just because like obviously they have Cooper Rush, I think, right? At the
Yeah.
Q?
Cooper Rush is QB, yeah.
Yeah, so they got the backup, and if it's a lot of 3-and-outs, it's a lot more offensive opportunities for the opponent, right?
Right.
So homie's just going in there and getting hella more plays in,
Yep.
and it's gonna rack up.
Yeah. This is probably CJ Stroud's first decent fantasy performance. I mean, he did it all right against Tennessee, I guess, 233 for 2. But yeah, this is a good game for CJ Stroud. I would get rid of him if you have him. Try and sell him to somebody. He does go into the bye week, but I don't know. Maybe you could sell him off to somebody. I would not want him on my team.
I'm not sure if he tops this performance this season.
Agreed. Next on the list, we had Dak for 28.8 fantasy points, 28.2. He had 237 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and 7 for 28 on the ground. That team, man, the Cowboys. I mean, Dak has been slinging it, man. He's been doing well.
Dak be doing this thing where like 1 year he just goes off, right? Goes dumb.
Yeah.
Next year takes a fat dump, does nothing, right? Like his 80 people rise, you'd be like, oh, he's fire. Then he does nothing. Then the next year, his ADP's hella low, right? Goes stupid. I don't know, bro.
It's crazy.
The way
it's like he only does well when you don't expect him to. People are down on him. Very interesting. Sam Darnold, 28.64 fantasy points. 341 for 4 passing touchdowns. He threw an interception as well, but still, I mean, that's we had 3 players with 4 passing touchdowns this week. That's solid, man.
There was some high passing this week of NFL.
Yeah. What do you think about the Seahawks and Sam Darnold?
I've always liked him, right? I think there was so much buzz about, oh, they're going to be so run heavy or something coming into the year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what spun that, but seeing what Sam Darnold did last year on the Vikings, right? And I get it. It's like a Kevin O'Connell system. Seattle got offensive weapons too, right? They even got like some rookies showing up. They got a veteran in Cooper Kupp. They got JSN going nuts, right?
Balling.
And Sam Darnold's a decent passer, which we've seen from last year. So I'm really not surprised, right? Like if any league I took or drafted a backup QB, it was going to be Sam Darnold, right? Like he was probably one guy I was for sure targeting, like perfectly fine with.
Yeah. I mean, Tampa seems to be a good matchup for quarterbacks. He gets Jacksonville next week, then Houston. That'll be tough. Washington after the bye week. Arizona, worst team in football. And he has a tough matchup after that. Tough schedule, after that. So it'll be interesting to see. He probably is usable for the next few weeks, minus Houston. And then against Washington.
I think he's like a fine streamer or like low buy trade target if you can get him.
Yeah. Hey, he may be matchup dependent. We'll see how he plays against Jacksonville. Next on the list, we have, I'm just going to shoot off a couple more names. Actually, back-to-back here from Monday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes, 27.72 fantasy points, 318 yards, a touchdown, 6 for 60 on the ground, and a rushing touchdown. He had one interception. Um,
Yeah, Pat Mahomes, not a lot of people are talking about him, right? But he's kind of coming back fantasy wise, and he's
yep,
doing really well.
yeah,
And in 2 more weeks, we will have Rashee Rice back.
yep,
So that will be probably only make Pat Mahomes better.
yeah, 100%. Trevor Lawrence on the other side with 27.24 fantasy points. His best game of the season. He had 221 passing yards, a touchdown, interception, 2 rushing touchdowns, 10 for 54 on the ground. So those are really boost, the score. But yeah, best game of the season. Um, Brian Thomas kind of nowhere to be found, but still able to get it done. So if you streamed him this week, you're happy with that performance. Couple more guys here. Baker Mayfield, who was against Sam Darnold in that game, threw for 379 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 for
Crazy
15
game.
on the ground. Yeah.
Crazy game.
Yeah, that was a shootout, man. You love those
Yes.
for fantasy. So many points on both sides, people eating. Just love to see it. Wish we had more of those. Last couple names here, Justin Fields and Matthew Stafford. Justin Fields was 283 for 2, 7 for 26 on the ground. And then Stafford was 389 for 3 passing touchdowns. Nuts. Puka, man.
Puka been
Crazy.
eating, Kyron been eating.
Yeah.
Rams offense be moving through the air very well.
Yeah. I would like to go ahead and say that in the preseason, I was avoiding a lot of Rams players because of all these reports about, oh, Matthew Stafford's back. It's broken. It's in multiple pieces and they're putting it back together. All these reports, man, they're talking about like
I was
Stafford's
I
literally,
was in the same boat, bro. I saw the homie took
bro.
epidural.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, what's happening to the guy, dude?
I'm
Is
like,
he
yeah, bro.
okay?
I'm avoiding that situation.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I don't,
Obviously, I'm regretting it a little bit.
yeah,
So,
man.
yeah.
I wasn't really high on Puka or Devontae Adams. I was like, dude, if anything happens to Matthew Stafford, you're gonna be kicking yourself. You're like, oh, dude, why did I take Puka or why did I take Devontae Adams? Man, this is a terrible idea. I should have seen it come in. Blah blah blah. I should have read the reports, but yeah, he seems fine. Honestly, he looks good out there. 389 yards for 3 touchdowns, 3 pass touchdowns his back seems fine to me. So yeah, that's a fat L for me. That's it for the quarterback studs. Let's move on to the wide receivers. At the very tippy top, bro, Emeka Egbuka, 27.8 fantasy points, 7 targets, 7 receptions, 163 yards, and a touchdown. And he had a 2-point conversion. Nuts, man.
This guy, like, bro, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words with this guy.
Bro.
One guy who I guess I want to say, like, I kept him in my back pocket as a sleeper, but he was flying through ADP upcoming to draft day. Sadly, have him in no leagues because people like
Yeah.
reached tremendously for him.
Yep.
I don't blame you. Good stuff reaching. Um, Let me just read off this, bro. It's been 5 games, but 5 games is no joke. It's one third of the regular fantasy season, right?
Yeah.
Target share per game, 23%. PPR points per game, 20.5. Reception yards per game, 89. Touchdowns per game, 1.
Yeah, 5
The
touchdowns. 5
efficiency
games.
of this guy is so crazy to me, bro. If a ball comes his way, he is catching it. And it might be a TD. Like, he might be the top receiver next year in a draft, bro. I might just say it right here, right now. Because I
Nuts, man.
don't know of any guy doing this kind of stuff.
So, I mean, this is a crazy question. I'm going to throw it out there just because I thought about this. Does his production come down with Mike Evans coming back, with Godwin's snaps increasing? Because technically, he would be the wide receiver 3 behind Evans and Godwin. There's no way that,
I don't know how the depth chart would look like when
yeah,
Mike Evans comes back, but obviously when Godwin was hurt, he was a second on the depth chart. To break
Right.
it down further, even with Mike Evans there, right? We never seen them all three there yet.
Yeah.
With Mike Evans there, he's eating tremendously.
Mm.
With Godwin there, he's eating tremendously, right?
Yeah.
I still think he's gonna eat tremendously, bro. I don't think
Yeah.
this really stops, especially because he's so efficient, bro.
Yeah. No, and he's definitely a beast. If you got him in your drafts, I would not trade him away. I mean, you can, if you see him dip at all, you can say, it's because Mike Evans is back plus Godwin. So, like, with more mouths to feed, obviously it makes sense that he would dip in production. But yeah, he might be a, a league winner. Next on the list, Jamar Chase, finally. 26 fantasy points. We're talking half PPR. 6 receptions on 10 targets, 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a walk-in touchdown in that game when it didn't really matter, but still, Jake, or what's his name? Browning, he's trying to get something going on that offense so that they don't replace him with someone else. Because I think
Yeah.
Zach Taylor was talking about, I think someone asked him about quarterback change, and he made a comment that alluded to the fact that they may be considering changing the quarterback. So
Yeah, he was being pretty vague. Like,
yeah, but still, as if
I
you're
mean,
Jake
look, they
Browning,
played a
you're
tough
not.
matchup, bro. They played Detroit, and they were getting spanked for like the first half.
Yeah,
If you bought Jamar Chase low, good for you. You
yeah,
probably
paid
came
out.
up this week fat. Um, I think he should probably do okay. The Bengals matchups does soften up a bit, so
Mhm.
like Jamar Chase will still probably be better, as the game's going.
Yeah, I mean, if there's
I don't know if he'll have
anyone,
a performance like this, but it still might be in like the high uh, teens range, high double digits.
so I think if you look at their schedule, they've had just probably their hardest matchups all right now, right?
Yeah,
Minnesota, top defense. Denver, top defense. Detroit, solid defense. Then they get Green Bay next week. Very good defense, right? This is the time where you would have wanted to buy Jamar Chase. Now, since he went off this game, it might be harder. People are like, oh, he's good. Because they get Pittsburgh, then the Jets, then Chicago. After the bye week, they get Pittsburgh again, New England, and then weeks 13 and 15, they play Baltimore. And Baltimore has been getting just thrown on like crazy. And you saw last year, he dropped 50 fantasy points in half PPR against Baltimore.
yeah. I
He
remember
is
that game.
itching to do it again. And he's been vocal. He hasn't been quiet. He's been saying, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, he's been talking and they've been asking him, like, oh, what's going on, blah, blah, these questions for him. And he's just been like, hey, man, he's not like complaining like AJ Brown or anything, but he has made some comments. So he's obviously not happy with the situation. So anytime he can go out there and score, he will definitely jump on it. He's the only Bengals player that I would want. The rest of them are literally all worthless. So if you have him, good for you. If you don't, well, maybe too late to go get him. Let's move on. JSN, 23.2 fantasy points, 8 for 132 and 1 on 9 targets. JSN, it's funny. I think in the preseason, I read something on JSN about how he has never played as the X receiver. He hasn't played as the X receiver. He only played, I think he's playing slot when DK
Yeah,
and Lockett was there, or when they
yep.
were there. And so there was talk about like, can he really step into this X receiver role? Blah, 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 blah. And it kind of put some doubts in my head. I wish I had never read that because those, like just reading that gave me this stuff because I wasn't really. So let me step back take another step back here. There's a couple receivers I was a little bit worried about. One of them I was right about was Lad McConkey.
Lad.
So Lad and JSN, I was a little bit just, I just wasn't 100% sure. Um, even kind of Brian Thomas, easier to say it in hindsight, the way he's playing. But I was like, can he do it again? People were talking about, oh, he did it with Mac Jones, not with Trevor Lawrence, yada, yada, yada. So like all these players have these question marks. And of course, in hindsight, it's so easy to go back and say, "Oh, dude, it was so obvious. You should have taken JSN." But yeah, I skipped out on him twice in one draft, and I messed up twice. So that was
Twice is pretty crazy.
the same draft. Yeah, bro. Like that was a sign. Like, bro, take him. Come on. And I just was
Yeah,
like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, that was a fail for me.
it's okay. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, and not twice though. Anyways, Jalen Waddle, 20 fantasy points, 6 for 110 and 1. Obviously stepping up without Tyreek Hill there. He's going to continue to do well. I think if you have Waddle, you're happy with him. I would not get rid of him. I wouldn't trade him away unless you're worried he's going to get injured or something. But McDaniel's under some heat, especially after that comeback loss from the Panthers. He's probably going to get fired anytime now. So that offense is going to move. They're going to score points. And defense sucks, so they're always going to be having to play from behind. So they're going to be lots of shootouts with Miami. So keep Waddle. Debo Samuel, 8 for 96 and 1 on 11 targets. He's been killing it. Stephon
He's been
Diggs.
doing solid, bro. He's been doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, no Terry there is helping, right? He got a 48% target share. It's a crazy number. But I think he's
Insane.
like solidified in the offense, bro. Like they're doing really good with him.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, so they brought him in because it was all McLaurin last year, and they were like, we need another weapon for excuse me, for
They
that
need like
offense to
another
flow.
consistent option,
They need,
right?
yeah, JD Daniels
They
needs
got a
another.
couple playmakers, right? Like Luke McCaffrey be making a crazy pass or two every game,
Yeah, no, I
but
mean,
that's
but
about it, right? You need a guy who can touch
exactly.
the ball about 10 to 12 times
Yeah, you
and
need
then
someone that you can feel
do well.
confident in
Yeah.
when you're throwing passes and stuff. So yeah, they brought him in. He's doing what they brought him in to do. Stephon Diggs, revenge game, came in, went 10 for 146, no touchdowns, but he had 12 targets. My sleeper pick. You know what I'm saying?
Big sleeper pick, man. He's been doing much better with the Pats the past 2 weeks. He ran the most routes at receiver for the Pats, so that's coming up.
Mhm.
It's gone from like a murky like wide receiver room the first couple weeks to like, all right, Diggs is like our guy now.
Yeah. It's looking like, yeah, at first it was a little bit interesting. There was Kayshon Boutte had a good week 1, and people were, oh, who's going to be the number one? Stephon Diggs didn't look that good, but yeah, he's kind of solidified in that offense now. A couple more names. Puka every week. You're always going to see him here. Rashid Shaheed had, was it 4 receptions, 5 targets for 114 and 1?
Yeah, he had
Excellent.
like one wild bomb.
Yep. I saw that play. It was
Crazy.
nice, man. That's what we were used to seeing him last year before he got injured. Just
Yeah,
these
he was
long,
known for
long
that.
plays.
He's fast. I think I saw he reached like the fastest speed of the NFL so far, like almost 22 miles per hour.
Crazy.
Yeah, he got
Um,
wheels.
yeah, Rashid Shaheed, solid, option there. And then Kendrick Bourne, who we saw on Thursday night, tear it up. He had 11 targets, 10 for 142, no touchdowns, but I mean, he stepped up with no Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Johnson. So he stepped up in that offense. So that's really good. Is
Yeah,
he
bro.
someone that you're looking for or targeting or thinking about,
Maybe in a deep league if you got bye week trouble.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really know when Jawan Jennings or Pearsall's coming back.
I
I think
said Jawan.
Kittle is coming back.
Jawan
Did I
Jennings,
say?
my bad.
Oh,
I said Jawan Johnson.
oh, okay.
Jawan Jennings, my bad.
Also, I think Kittle is coming back soon, so
They're saying he's out
it's
with
just hard to see where the targets are going, right? Because he got 22% target share last week in that game, right?
yeah.
I'll also note divisional games, it's always something strange that's going to happen out of the ordinary from
I
usual
didn't
games,
I
right?
didn't expect the Niners to win, honestly. I was like the Rams gonna
That's the
steamroll
type of
them.
stuff I'm saying, bro. They just some players be showing up, showing out.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, he did his thing and ended up winning that ball game. Um that's it for the wide receivers. Any notes on any of these guys? Are we good?
No,
Smooth. Running backs at the very top. If I told you last week that Rico Dowdle is going to finish top running back this week, would you believe me?
No, I would not have.
I don't think anyone would have. 30.9 fantasy points in half PPR, 23 rush attempts, 206 yards and a touchdown, 3 receptions for 28 yards in the air, but just went crazy, man.
He went
Against it.
so nutty.
Bro.
I mean, you need to absolutely add him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Chuba's injury is or how long he's out, but I mean, you could fire up Rico, man.
So I also want to say, like, this Miami defense has been giving up a lot on the ground. Another note about Rico Dowdle, he does play Dallas next week, so a revenge game. So fire him up for sure if you have him, especially if Chuba's out. But it seems like Miami's a team to target. I mean, their defense hasn't even been that good, but yeah, if you have a running back against Miami, for sure fire him up. But yeah, Rico Dowdle did his thing. Jonathan Taylor, whose name we've been saying, well, would have been saying if I was here these last few weeks, but he's been killing it. 17 rush attempts, 63 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 for 20 receiving. 3 rush touchdowns, man. Excellent. That's what happens when you don't let, what's his name, the QB?
Anthony Richardson start?
No, I was talking about
Daniel Jones?
Daniel
like
Jones,
Hawk the TD?
Vulture the TDs, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when he does take some of those rushing or some of those close rushing touchdowns. So when he doesn't vulture them, Jonathan Taylor, he eats, man. So he looked good. He's been looking good. One of the better picks in the draft. If you got him, you're happy. If you don't have him, you probably can't trade for him anymore. It's definitely too late. Kyron Williams, who's looked good, 14 for 65 on the ground, 8 for 66, and 2 touchdowns receiving. He did lose a fumble in that game, but he played great.
Yeah.
Other than
that was like game losing, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Still a nutty career day. But like he finished with 21% target share, which is amazing, which we never really see. The second highest of his career. And it's the third time he's been above the 20% mark. So far, he has 3 receiving TDs. Kimo, take a guess how many receiving TDs he had last year in 16 games.
I want to say it's 3.
2.
Damn. Crazy. No, that's good. They're getting involved in the passing game.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, it's definitely huge for, especially for fantasy, like having him do more of like a McCaffrey role, you know what I mean? Able to catch the touchdowns, not just run them in. Because he was good last season, but he was mostly on the ground. Kyron looks good. Javonte has looked great. I mean, he really looks like he's back, honestly.
I think the coach literally said, like, reported, like, he's our workhorse.
Yeah.
Workhorse back, sorry. Workhorse.
Yeah. 16 for 135 and a touchdown. 1 reception for 4 yards and a touchdown as well. So a touchdown through the air. You know, it pisses me off in fantasy that there are players that you're 1 year early on or you're 1 year late. Javonte is a player that I was 1 year early on. So last year I drafted him. I was like, look, he's 2 years removed from the injury. He's going to bounce back. Sean Payton's the coach. And then it was this committee and he just did not look very explosive, very good. And so I was just a year early on Javonte. And I was, a little scared to take him in drafts this year. I got him where like I could, but didn't want to reach for him. And wow, he's been killing it, man. He's been looking good. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, aka Bill, 26 fantasy points. He had 14 for 111, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions for 39 yards, and 1 fumble lost. And yeah, he looked good. He's been looking good. But yeah, MFB, I think you have something come up for you.
Yeah, let me tune back in 1 second.
MFV's going to drop off for a minute. He's got some fatherly duties to attend to, so it's just going to be me for the next however long. But I'm going to keep working through this list, just talking about these players, and kind of pointing things out that I see, and reading through the notes that we have. Christian McCaffrey, next on the list, 23.9 fantasy points, half PPR, 22 for 57, 8 for 82, and a touchdown receiving. Christian McCaffrey has, if you're listening, how many rushing touchdowns does Christian McCaffrey have this year? I'll tell you how many receiving touchdowns he has. 3 receiving touchdowns on the year. He has 0 rush touchdowns. So the Niners have not been able to get him to rush for a touchdown. It will come eventually. So McCaffrey's killing it, and he's only going to do better once he gets some of those rushing touchdowns as well. So he's killing it. He's been really good. Next on the list, or at least last but not least, Rachaad White, who went 14 for 41 and 2 touchdowns, 4 for 30 receiving, who stepped up huge with no Bucky. Honestly, there were reports talking about, it's going to be Rachaad White and Sean Tucker, and they're going to lead, they're going to split the backfield work and blah, blah, blah. And that was a bunch of nonsense.
A load of horse shit.
It was, I think Sean Tucker had 3 rush attempts for like 4 yards or something. Like, it just was very inefficient. Didn't do
What was the predicament you were in where you were trying to decide between Sean Tucker, Justice Hill, and Ollie Gordon or something? And none of them were the right answer, pretty much.
Look, I dropped Ollie Gordon before I even started the week. I was like, bro, he's just a handcuff. So thank God I didn't start him. But yeah, I have no Bijan this week, and I didn't really have a contingency plan for like a backup running back without him. So I ended up having to play Sean Tucker, hoping that it was a split backfield. It was not split. It was all Rachaad White. He went crazy. And I think if Bucky misses another game, it's going to be the same thing. Rachaad White's looked good. In the opportunities that he's gotten, he's looked really good. And I think he's stepped up a lot to kind of prove that, like, hey, I still got it. I'm not just a backup.
Yeah, facts. He did his thing.
That's it for running backs. Any notes, anything? I talked about McCaffrey, about how he has 0 rush touchdowns, but that's about it. All through
McCaffrey is like the 5th receiver in receiving points, though. Fun fact.
Yeah, but no.
So that's kind of nuts. If you took him with that risk of spooky, it's paying off.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said before, man, like he be taking a year off and it comes back.
Dude, my prediction, I don't know if I said it on the show, but my prediction was that McCaffrey will finish RB1 this year. So we'll see if that holds up. But if he continues,
he could be possibly if he starts getting more TDs, so.
Yeah. Next, let's jump into tight ends. At the very top, a name that no one was expecting, AJ Barner of the Seattle Seahawks, 7 for 53 and 2. He's been steadily getting more involved in that offense. I think maybe Sam Darnold favors him. I don't know if I would be interested in picking him up, but I mean, you can't ignore those numbers.
It is very nutty numbers. I feel like I forget the name, but they have another tight end that they're mixing in, Arroyo or something. I think he's a rookie.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I mean, bro, this was just such a crazy high scoring game.
Yeah. Everybody scored.
I don't know if I would trust AJ Barner like in my tight end spot, bro. I think there's other names I would definitely put in there before.
I know a name that I would put in there is Jake Ferguson, 20.4 fantasy points, 7 for 49 and 2 on 9 targets.
Yeah, something I did not see coming at all. also not surprised just because CD's out, right?
Yeah.
Um, he's a guy who's been playing with Dak for years,
Yep.
so they got chemistry for sure. Bro, he's Jake Fergie's finished as top 5 tight end in weekly scoring in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah. No, he's looked really good. And he has 3 touchdowns this week and last week combined. So he's playing against Carolina next week and then Washington the following week. So divisional matchup for sure, bound to be a shootout. I think he's paid out big. If you drafted him, you're happy with that draft pick. Next on the list, Theo Johnson, who stepped up with no neighbors, 6 for 33 and 2 on 7 targets. Yeah,
Yeah,
did
with
well.
no neighbors, this guy's he's doing numbers. I think his shares without neighbors so far is 25% target share and 18% target share. So
Not bad.
definitely worthwhile start, pick up. I think he's really good with Dart right now.
Yeah, Dart seems to favor him. It's interesting. Every QB tends to have like their tight end that they're not every QB, but some QBs tend to have like a tight end that they favor and they like to target. Especially when maybe their first read is unavailable, they just look to the tight end to dump it off, kind of like a safety blanket. And Theo Johnson may just be Jackson Dart's safety blanket. He has nowhere to go, where to put it. The receivers are open. Oh, where's the tight end? Bloop. Quick pass. Little dump off. Because he only had 33 yards. So he didn't do anything like, he wasn't getting a bunch of big yard plays or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, look for Theo Johnson. Next on the list, Sam Laporta, 5 for 92 and 1 touchdown on 6 targets. I mean, that was a high scoring game, so that was good to see. He actually has been doing not that good the last few weeks, so this is a nice bounce back game for him. Darren Waller, 5 for 78 and 1 on 5 targets. Is Darren Waller back?
I would say yes, he is back, right?
Crazy.
Why I'm confident in that is number one, bro, he's making athletic plays like being a year removed, right?
Yeah.
You have to be kind of a different animal to just take a year off, come back and make plays like that in the NFL, right? First and
Yeah,
foremost.
for sure.
Second of all, we can look to data from last year, right? The Miami was running the offense through John Smith, right? This year, obviously, there's no John Smith anymore, but now enter Darren Waller. It's more likely going to be the Darren Waller show. I would fire up Darren Waller full confidence.
Yeah, I agree. He's looked good. And yeah, like you mentioned, they did run a lot through Johnny Smith last year. So he's just kind of filling in that role. And especially without Tyreek, they definitely need more weapons on the offense. So it makes sense that he steps up for that team. Next on the list, David Njoku, who with Dylan Gabriel as quarterback, stepped up and had 6 for 67 and a touchdown on 9 targets. So man, the tight end situation in Cleveland, I was high on Njoku coming into the year. He's been kind of mediocre through the season so far, and a lot of it's been going to the rookie, Fannin Jr.
Fannin, yeah.
Yeah, so
In this
I
game specifically, he ran 12 more routes than Fannin.
mhm,
So that's like one positive note if you're an Njoku owner.
yeah,
But it is kind of a headache because they're just using both of these guys and it seems to be back and forth.
yeah. They get really good matchups the next 3 weeks, so kind of boomer bust play for him for the next 3 weeks. So hopefully, you get him on a good week. That's it for tight ends. Anyone else you want to shout out
Nah.
for the tight ends? Travis Kelce, we'll throw him in there. 15.6 fantasy points on Monday Night
Oh yeah,
Football.
Kelsey did solid today for
Yeah,
sure.
7 for 61 and 1 on 8 targets. Kelce is he's really hit or miss. Like, he just got, like, some games are nothing, and some game, like, if he catches a touchdown, you're happy with the performance. If he doesn't get a touchdown,
Yeah.
mediocre.
It's kind of how most tight ends are. But yeah.
Typically, yeah, you're right. That's it for tight ends. Let's move on to the duds. Not that many QB duds. At the top, Drake May, only 12.12 fantasy points, 273 yards, no passing touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 for 12 rushing, but just not enough in fantasy. He did win them the game
He did. He did
against the Bills.
enough. No mistakes. Very just interesting divisional game. You know what I mean? It's one of those games, bro.
Yep.
Like even the stat line. Like I think Ramondre had like a, something 3 yards and two rushing touchdowns or something weird like that.
Huh.
I forgot. It was it's a very weird stat line if you look it up. I know Ramondre had two touchdowns.
Okay. Yeah, Ramondre, didn't he fumble in that game?
Uh,
He fumbled, yeah? I'm pretty sure he fumbled.
I'd have to check.
I wouldn't doubt it. He has like three or four fumbles on the season. So it's only 5 games in the season. He has 3 fumbles. It's crazy
Oh, sorry. He had 14 rush yards, two touchdowns.
for
Uh,
Ramondre.
yeah.
Crazy.
Uh,
You can check if he had a fumble. I'm pretty sure he did. But I think that let's see. I want to do this. I think he had a fumble, but anyways, let's move on. Drake May won the game. Didn't do enough for fantasy, unfortunately. So it sucks if you had him. He probably didn't do enough for you to get a win. Next on the list, Justin Herbert, 14.64 fantasy points. He had 166 yards, a touchdown, 1 interception, 4 for 60 rushing, which is honestly probably saved his day and made his fantasy day a little bit better.
yeah.
Um,
Herbert rushing upside is definitely there, and
but
it's a lot better than last year.
I'm not gonna lie, since week 1, Justin Herbert has not been really good for fantasy. He's been
Yeah, it is strange. I mean, we everybody thought he was looking great and amazing.
yeah.
Um, I don't know, it might be one of those slumps. I
Well for
haven't
him to
watched
bounce
enough
back.
Chargers game to like really have an answer to this, but
Oh yeah, Hampton been taking a lot of the touchdown, rushing touchdowns, and so like you getting long breakaway rushes and
Hampton was
take
doing a
touchdowns.
lot better.
Yeah,
Sad he got injured.
yeah, we'll talk about that in the waiver episode. But yeah, Justin Herbert, look for him to bounce back next week against Miami. I would start him against Miami for sure. Uh, last on the duds list, I have to include this. It's not even that bad of a performance.
He just want to include.
I need to put him in here. I have to put him in here. Kyler Murray with 15.3 fantasy points. Okay. 220 passing yards, no passing touchdowns, no interceptions somehow. 4 for 25 and a rushing touchdown on the ground, right? He did fumble the ball. That's, I think, when the ball hit off his helmet, bonked him in the face.
That,
Did you see that? The
bro,
snap?
that's that play. Like, you see one guy just bonk it off
Comedy.
his helmet. Another homie, like the running back, is like just sitting there in the stance. One
Comedy.
guard is just standing up like this.
On circus.
Like,
Circus, bro. It's literally a circus act, bro. It's literally like, have you ever watched the Harlem Globetrotters? Basketball?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to do that shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? Bounced
Well,
off
let's
his
not get
helmet.
too deep into the game, but yeah, he
Bro,
he
it hit
he
off
did
his
okay.
helmet,
Maybe
and he
he'll do
went like
better.
this. He was like, oh, what just hit me? Like, what do you think it was, bro? Was it you thought a bird hit you in the face? Are you serious? And then the defense, bro. Just yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna get too into it. We're talking about Kyler Murray, but yeah, if you watch the Cardinals game, and I told you it was a circus act, you would believe it. Honestly, you could make a case for it. Like, oh yeah, that was definitely on purpose. Like they were doing that as it was. They were jokingly fumbling the ball. They don't know what to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, it was. Anyways, abysmal. Kyler Murray's just not been what you had drafted him to be. And granted, he's been in a lot of matchups that have not been favorable for quarterbacks. San Francisco, Seattle, Tennessee, Carolina. I would have expected more out of him, but they get the Colts next week and then Green Bay. So good luck. Dallas after the bye week. So I would probably go ahead and fire up Kyler Murray for that game. But I talked about Kyler in the preseason, talked about the Cardinals, and I let people know, hey, I'm not high on them. I have no Cardinals in any of my fantasy teams. So,
Yeah, none of them have really boomed or
yeah.
been studs.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Anyways, that's it for QBs. Let's move into the wide receiver duds at the very top. JMO, Jameson Williams with 1.5 fantasy points, which honestly, if you started him, I'm sorry. He has not looked very good the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean this is like a boomer bust guy, kind of like Rashid Shaheed esque. Um,
Yeah. The
but I mean,
difference
I think
being,
look, if you took JMO and you're starting JMO, like you should know what to expect, right? You're not
true.
getting a 25% target share guy. You're getting a guy who can get 2 catches and possibly 2 TDs, right? That's
Right.
what you're going for.
Yeah, I thought it would be better than that. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get him in any leagues, thankfully. Um, but yeah, I would rather have taken it. In my opinion, you take Shaheed 3 rounds later. You know what I mean, and you get the same exact type of player,
Kind of,
same
but
level player.
obviously there's the offense disparity,
Yeah,
right? Lions are a better offense, so
yeah, but to me, that boom or bust, the difference is not worth the
yeah, that
taking
ADP cost.
3 rounds early.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
no,
just
I
something
get it.
to think about for next year. Jerry Judy, um, two two receptions on 4 targets for 15 yards. He has been a disappointment this year. I was kind of high on
Browns
him.
passing in general, especially wideouts, has not been amazing the past 2-3 weeks.
I mean, it seems like they're missing Cedric Tillman. He seems to be the only bright spot on that offense in terms of
He
passing.
was the first couple weeks for sure.
Yeah, until he got injured. So that's very unfortunate. It looks like they're missing him.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, I'm gonna just speed through some of these guys because we did take a lot of time on the studs. But Darius Slayton, who should have stepped up for the Giants, 3 for 31, lost the fumble, got
Did you
injured.
see his dropped catch?
No, I didn't.
Oh man. He had like a deep bomb, like almost TD and just dropped.
Bloop. Yep.
Dropped it.
Well, that's why they drafted Neighbors. He's not good enough
Slayton might have better games, but I don't know.
and not
Hard to
trustworthy.
trust after that.
Yeah, and he got
Um,
injured, lost fumble. Chris Godwin, 3 for 26 on 4 targets. So it was the
I think
Egbuka
you really
show.
got to wonder, like, man, I mean, like, good for God when he came back from that crazy injury and he's back on the field. Props to him.
Yep.
How much he's going to be effective, I don't know. How much do they need him to be effective with Egbuka and Mike Evans back? Probably not a whole lot. His route share week 4, 91%. His route share week 5, 79%.
Hmm.
So running less routes week to week and could be even
Yeah.
more or less if Mike Evans is back there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, the way Egbuka's playing, Evans is the number one, and he's not coming back from a crazy injury. You saw the injury last year that Chris Godwin had. So he's definitely number one. Egbuka has stepped up in such a way that it's like if you're the coach, you're really sitting there looking like, Egbuka's probably the number 2, and Godwin's going to be the number 3. Like I would rather have Egbuka out there playing the way that he's playing, as
Yeah,
efficiently as he's
yeah. I'd be
playing.
surprised if they had Godwin out in the 2 receiver sets.
Yeah,
But also, I don't think Bucks run a lot of 2 receiver sets in general.
yeah. Anyways, hopefully better days for Chris Godwin. He may just be benchable until unless you need to play him. I wouldn't be looking to start Chris Godwin on my team with the way that it's going. And they get SF next week. So next on the list, we have Quentin Johnston, who has been, the waiver wire pickup of the season, 4 for 40, 1 rush for 9 yards, lost the fumble. So unfortunate.
Yeah, sorry if you listened to me and I said he will disappear after week 1. Hey, I was 3 weeks late. Okay, I was 3 weeks late.
So you
He
think he's going to
disappeared, my
disappear? You
brother.
think he's going to disappear now, rest of season?
I mean, nah, I probably don't think so. I think like he has a role in the offense and he's doing pretty good. It just
Yeah.
depends how the target share keeps going, right? So in all of September, he didn't have below 20% target share, right? So
Yeah.
he's getting volume. This past Sunday, he hit 12.5%. So, it just comes with the territory or the volume.
Yeah, that'd be something I'd keep an eye out on. Jacoby Myers, 5.2 fantasy points, 4 for 32 on 6 targets. Very unfortunate, man. I really expected a lot more
I did too.
for Myers.
I'm very surprised. I'm surprised and not surprised. I'm
Okay.
surprised because there's no Brock Bowers, right? It should be like Jacoby Myers, like all the way, right?
Yeah.
Now, why I'm not surprised is because it's the Raiders, and the Raiders suck. The Raiders haven't been good. Like, I don't even know since when, bro. Right? Like, Geno
They
Smith
turned
is
Geno
like, he'll
Smith
have
into.
one great game, and everyone's like, oh, don't count him out. Da da da. The next 2, 3 games, he's complete, utter dog, bro, to the point where, like,
Yeah.
I think Raider fans are telling me they might bench him.
I
Anyway,
mean,
some numbers to get into, right?
that feels
Jacoby
like
Myers,
the theme for Raiders every year. Oh, we're gonna bench him. We're gonna bench him.
facts.
Quarterback.
Facts. But back to Jacoby Myers, hasn't scored double-digit PPR points in 3 straight games, and he's been below 17% target share in 2 of those 3 games.
You hate to see it.
Just not the peripherals you want to see.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Very unfortunate. I'm tossing an AJ Brown here just because if you drafted him, you have him on your team, you're hurting. 6.8 fantasy points and half PPR, 5 receptions on 8 targets, 43 yards. Also tried to moss Devonta Smith on the game-winning touchdown at the end. Literally tried to grab it out of his hands. It's crazy.
I think low-key, like, AJ was there first, and then Devontae, like, came. You know what I mean? It's a Hail Mary, bro. So it's like 6 people in the same spot.
Yeah. But if you look at the replay, it just looks funny. But
yeah,
AJ Brown. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now is he a buy low candidate? Because he's a buy low candidate.
Yeah.
He went off against the Rams.
I would still buy him low. But based off the fact he has 8 or more targets in his last 4 games.
Would you trade Egbuka and go get AJ Brown?
Wait, what? You just put trade and Egbuka in the same sentence, brother. I wouldn't trade anything for Egbuka, bro. You're tripping.
Bro. He's Egbuka's that he's nuts. Okay. Let's put other names out there for wide receiver. For AJ Brown, would you trade Waddle and go get AJ Brown?
I would say yeah.
Okay, Debo. If you have Debo, would you trade him away and go get AJ Brown?
I'd probably still say yeah.
Okay, how about Stephon Diggs?
Probably yeah.
Okay. So it looks like
it's kind of close, right?
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't really do 1-for-1 trades because I think it's kind of useless. But like,
if you're an AJ Brown
really
owner,
feel like
if you're an AJ Brown owner, would you have taken any of those trades? Would you have taken Waddle for him or Debo? Or
I would maybe consider Waddle.
Okay.
The
fact that it's that you could make that.
Yeah, you're thinking about it,
Yeah. It's very unfortunate. I think better games are to come. They played the Giants twice in the next 3 weeks. Divisional games are usually shootouts. They still have to play Dallas again after the bye. Chicago. Their matchups for the fantasy playoffs are pretty good. Vegas, Washington, Buffalo. So I don't know. A buy low candidate still. Always a good player to have on your team. But yeah, hasn't been stepping up. Onto the RB duds. There weren't that many RB duds, so I'm gonna throw names in here because I'm trying to make some duds show up. Woody Marks, only because you expected him to go crazy. He had a really good game. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Nick Chubb is looking stale." Woody Marks taking over the backfield. Start him with confidence. All these people, all these analysts, fantasy experts. Oh, dude, start Woody Marks with confidence, bro. He's taking over that backfield for sure. 7 for 24 and nothing else. 2.4 fantasy points in all formats, by the way. So if you start him,
yeah, it's kind of weird what happened. Like, I'd have to go in, like, see like what makes them play Woody and what makes him play Nick Chubb, right? So
Yeah.
in week 5, no. Oh yeah. So in week 5, he played 3 more snaps than Chubb,
Okay.
right? But in week 4, it was 10 more snaps
Mm,
than Chubb.
okay.
So I don't know. They're just mixing in too much like each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Interesting. Travion
I still think
Henderson.
he's a fine running back, like if you really need. And I
Is
think he'll
he?
have better weeks to come.
Yeah.
But it looks like they still want to use both.
Okay. Yeah. Still a split backfield. Travion Henderson, 6 for 24, 2 for 3 receiving. Not much there. I put his name in here just because, he's a rookie and I need more names in this duds list.
Yeah.
Um, but
I think this is another buy low guy, kind of.
100%. After what happened to Antonio Gibson, 100%. Antonio
Yeah.
Gibson out for the season, the ACL
So
injury.
Gibson's hurt. Um, we just need this
Ramondre's
guy to
fumbled.
we just need this
Ramondre
guy to
has. Go ahead.
no, you just just about Ramondre fumbling, you about to go on a rant.
I was about to go off. He has 3 fumbles in 5 weeks. This is the same thing last year with Ramondre, where he had so many
I
fumbles,
don't
and I'm
know,
like,
bro.
there's
They
still
still
running
give
game
him the
out there.
ball. I just whatever.
He has some blackmail on someone,
But on
and
the
that
bright side, if you want
someone.
to buy Travion, here's some bright side. He got a 50% snap share, his season high. He ran 53% route share, season high.
Okay.
Right? Drake May had a not a great game. Right? We see what Drake May can be out there. All right.
Yeah.
I think it's a buy low if you want to get him. That's just me.
No, I 100% agree. Travion Henderson is a huge buy low candidate. Antonio Gibson out for the season. Ramondre fumbling 3 times in 5 games. That most running backs don't fumble 3 times in the season. You know what I mean? Most good running backs. So it's like,
Yeah.
he had a kickoff return, the first kickoff return in that game. He limped off the field. So something might have happened there where he just didn't feel 100%. And so maybe they didn't run him as much. And that's why they put Antonio Gibson in. I don't know. But yeah, definitely a buy low candidate, especially if he's 100% healthy and there's no issues that we find out as he practices this week. James Cook, 4.9 fantasy points. This is my, player to avoid in the preseason, which once we talked about it, I realized that was a bad idea. And if you watch that episode, you'd see me be like, oh, well, yeah, you guys make a good point. 15 for 49 on the ground, nothing in the air.
I mean, it's just weird divisional game, bro. That's kind of what I chalk it up to. He saw the lowest target share of the season at like 3%. So, but other than that, bro, he's been balling, and they're using him a lot more.
If he does that again another week in a row, please go buy him low. If he does 2 weeks of bad play like that, go buy low. If someone's willing to actually give him up, swoop. That's it for the RB duds. Not that many duds this week. A lot of players, stepped up, or at least did enough. Tight ends at the tippy top. Zach Ertz with a nice little donut.
That's crazy. I think he hasn't had 0 catches in like, I don't know. I forgot the stat, but it's some crazy long time.
Oh, he broke his streak. And he's been actually doing. He started off really well in the season. Last 2 weeks didn't do so hot, but yeah, only 1 target this game. So very interesting. I chalk it up to just bad game. Zach Ertz should be okay going forward, or at least he should be serviceable. Juwan Johnson, 2 for 17 on 4 targets. He was like a waiver wire pickup, hot waiver wire ad week 1, and he's just been steadily getting worse each week. I feel like
he hasn't seen it sustain. I don't know if it will sustain because they got Taysom Hill back, and I mean they don't really throw to Taysom Hill, but homie just carries the ball.
Yeah, they
sends it in.
RB.
With no success this time around. Just stay tuned for next week where he gets 3 TDs.
Yeah, 4 TDs, 200 yards on the ground, rushing like something crazy.
So
yeah. Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, hopefully you sold Juwan Johnson. I know I did.
Smart man. Mark Andrews, 2 for 22 on 3 targets in a game where I actually thought he would. He got a lot of. I thought he would have. Sorry, I thought he would have gotten a lot more looks. I thought that Cooper Rush would have just dumped it off to him here and there, but with Likely had 1 target, 1 catch, so it's not like Isaiah Likely's like cutting into his target share or anything like that. I just Mark Andrews is another boomer bust player. He had 1 game this season with 2 touchdowns. So if you start him, he could either get you 2 points or 20 points, one or the other. But without Lamar Jackson, you don't really feel comfortable starting him. But that about does it for tight end duds. Anyone else you want to go over? Brenton Strange got injured Monday Night Football. He only had 2.7 fantasy points, 1 reception, 22 yards on 1 target. But yeah, nothing else. Anyone else you want to go over?
No, that's it.
Actually, I just really quick want to throw in, one more player here. Trey McBride of the Arizona Cardinals, 6.6 fantasy points. Drop all Cardinals players. Just drop them to the waivers. They're all worthless. 5 for 41 on 7 targets. Just the offensive coordinator needs to get fired. That team is a dumpster fire circus. Anyways, that'll do it for these studs and duds. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.